Welcome to Squad, your source for everything esports and gaming. I'm your girl Lisa, and I'm here to tell you what's going down tonight. So Marissa and Brody are going to be bringing you the esports and gaming goodies in Unmuted, and then later on we're going to be talking about the NorCal Regionals in esports in 30. Now, have you ever wondered who would win in a fight between Mario and his bro Luigi? Well, we decided to find out. In a new segment called King of Customs, we decided to take the characters from Soul Calibur 6, customize them, and have them battle it out. So you can check out the full episode on our YouTube channel at Squad States, but here are some highlights first to give you a little taste.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to King of Customs. Today, we will be witnessing the battle of Mushroom Kingdom. Who are you placing your bets on?
Who am I placing my bets on?
Yeah.
Probably that mustache of Oreo's.
Yo, it's pretty branchy.
He just cut down a tree and just put it on his face. He's got a booty though.
Oh, here we go. Where the? Oh,
no.
Yep. Okay. Took a little swing. The thing is, he has a mallet, and yet he takes a right hook.
Yeah. Watch this.
Oh, here we go.
Switch.
Oh,
beat him.
What? Huh. This is Sparta moment. I think Piranha Plant should be up and about. Like, what is he doing walking around? And what does he even look like with legs? Oh, here we go. Whoa, baby, Piranha Plant on the prowl, baby, yeah.
This is, wow.
Okay, here's the problem. Now, Piranha Plant is coming in with a lot of fancy moves. Oh, God, crouch forward moves. And Bowser's just not really gonna have any of it.
The pelvis.
Here we go, see what I'm saying?
He didn't use the pelvis.
Okay, see, this is the problem here. Piranha Plant is freshly out of its pot. Okay, so he doesn't even know what to do with his legs.
Yeah,
he's so excited about it. He's just happy to be out there. Oh, slice it and dice it. Slice it and dice it.
Gonna move these roots. I'll keep dancing. What is going on? But he's still not getting headshots. I'm biased to winners, and that's Waluigi.
Oh, God. Oh, here we go. I don't know. Waluigi's looking a little sexy.
That's where Piranha Plant moves from. Studying the Waluigi martial arts set. What is that?
Oh my goodness! Have you ever seen a thrust so strong?
No, and it comes from none other than our man Waluigi.
Okay, no, not our man.
You heard it here. You heard it here first.
Man.
Marissa admits that Waluigi has the best thrust of all time.
No, we'll watch the vlogs back later. I'm pretty sure I did not say that.
No!
Toad's coming in with his fencing moves. Who knew he had?
Which he's missing all of his fencing moves.
All of it.
Toad's in like beginner class fencing.
Oh my
and
goodness.
It's showing right now.
See, this is another problem. Like, Toad is also having a bad year. He was compared to Donald Trump's penis, as you know.
Yeah,
he's just taking a hit.
That's a big career hit right there.
I know. And I was coming in fencing. I mean, I don't know, man.
I gotta say, these resets were picked up. What is her health right now?
That's what I'm saying.
How are you holding on?
Uh-oh, she's not gonna take any of this.
Bring it back. There it is.
Oh,
Down tilt. You're out of here. She's working with both Bowser and Mario.
Enough of this
to control the entire kingdom.
You think that
she's the mastermind and she needs to be taken down.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You think that Peach...
And Luigi's doing it. Yo, he's a gentleman. Took the hat off and everything. The fedora's gone, my lady. Boot to the face!
Oh, and what the jive is up with Mario for getting his boots this round? He was wearing those nice brown boots. He comes in without his shoes, like he wasn't prepared for this fight. This could hurt him in the end.
He was in the bathroom and he's like, your fight's ready. He didn't expect the last one to go so quick.
Do you see what I mean?
Wow.
It's not looking good.
Good block though. It's done.
Oh yeah.
It's done. I didn't even have faith that Mario could take that one back. That was over.
I'm calling heavy buff on Bowser this whole tournament. I feel like he's looking a little too strong. He's looking a little too tight. And that ass crack is looking a little too defined. Welcome to Unmuted, the show with the gaming and the esports and the top tier opinions. I'm Marissa Roberto.
And I'm top tier host, Brody Moore. And hey, if you're new, welcome. This is how the show works. And Rob and I will each present a topic and we'll have 2 minutes on the board for discussion. At any point during those discussions, one of us feels like the other needs to shut up. we can hit this mute button to shut them up for 30 seconds.
That's
Marissa,
right.
I'm tempted to do it right now.
Well, I didn't even say anything yet. God, you're dumb. Place your bets right now for who you think will mute first. 1 for me, 2 for Brody, because he's poo. Now, let's get going for our first story. Let's take a look at all the big coaching changes in Overwatch. We've got 1 day to go before Stage 2 of the Overwatch League begins, and it seems like every team has decided to drop coaches at the same time. Well, not every team, but it sure feels like it. Paris Eternal, Toronto Defiant, Washington Justice, and Dallas Fuel all dropped members of their coaching staff at the same time. And so far, none have announced replacements. So, now, with obviously Stage 2 starting tomorrow, why drop the coach this late unless they're just announcing it this late?
Yeah, it's weird. Well, especially if they don't have well, maybe they do have replacements. They just, as you said, haven't said anything about it. But I mean, there's always the question of when is the right time. You know, you're always like, oh, I need to break up with my boyfriend or girlfriend or something. You know, it's like, when's the right? Christmas is coming up. I can't do it now. Oh, their birthday's coming up. I can't do that. Oh, they're, you know, like, when is the right time, really? I guess the right time is never better than now.
Okay, all right. So in your experience, Brody just wants you to rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah, just
don't make it any more painful than it needs to be. That's just life advice right there. Yeah, I mean, seeing the announcements, obviously they have to part ways and they have to let their audience know, because these Overwatch fans, honestly, they're heavily invested in everything these teams do. They're watching, they're like sitting there on their phones, on Twitter, liking every single tweet that comes out, especially with Toronto Defiant. Like we're obviously fans of them, so we follow them. When they announced yesterday they were getting rid of their strategic coach, I was pretty sad, and a lot of people were too, but it kind of makes sense if it didn't meet expectations. But I feel like with Toronto
didn't do that bad,
they
though.
did pretty well.
That's
exactly.
a great like first jump into the league. I mean, like as a new team put together, right? Like that's I thought they did pretty well. Sure, it wasn't first place, but
if you ain't first,
bad.
Brody, you're last.
I suppose. I mean, they're still getting dollar bills, so it's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's true. Unless they're obviously this is all an experiment, right? This is all something new, and these are a lot of executives now that are getting into esports for the first time, owning these teams, and they may have come from sports and they run their sports teams differently, and different things they've come from where they see where money needs to go, and maybe money wasn't going in the right places for these strategic coaches. Maybe Bishop can do the job for both of those coaches. Maybe they didn't need it. Maybe
you know, you're right. Actually, that's actually another angle I actually didn't think of. Wow, good job, Marissa. I actually didn't think. You know, maybe you're right. They're just kind of clean up and trying to be a bit more efficient. We're gonna move on, but also this just in. Tyler, our producer, also said the day before is the best time to break up with your significant other.
Oh, Tyler.
That's the best time.
You jerk.
Anyways, moving on. Speaking of roster changes, in League of Legends, 100 Thieves dropped its star mid laner Huhi. The famed player was one of the org's most hyped pickups last offseason, but in the spring split, 100 Thieves placed last. And Huhi was among the worst 3 players for his position in the entire LCS, nearly every meaningful stat. Now, do you think this is too early?
No.
To drop a player? Like, I mean, obviously, I've lasted every stat, but you could work on it.
Okay.
And Huhi's still great.
The reason why I think it's too early, the reason why I legitimately think it's too early for Huhi is that today is his birthday. Today is his actual birthday.
They should have waited till Valentine's Day.
This exactly applies to this. They should have waited till Valentine's Day. No, they should have waited until, I don't know, after his birthday. That hurts, man. It stings real bad. How's he supposed to be celebrating? You want to pop the bottles? You can't because you got dropped. Like, it hurts. The feels are real.
Or maybe he's actually really excited that he gets to go to another team that's going to do good.
No, because he had...
Maybe he just didn't... Right?
That's kind of rude.
Yeah, but no, I don't. Maybe it's better. Maybe he wasn't feeling it.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean,
maybe this was just a situation of like, I'm just not motivated behind this team. I don't think the coaching staff's doing good. I don't think the teammates synergize well with me, and I'm okay with not being here.
He was pretty gracious though in his tweet where he was thanking 100 Thieves for everything. He's sorry he couldn't have done more. You know, he seems like a very good teammate just from the outside looking in. Obviously, this happens all the time in esports. Players get dropped constantly.
I'm not saying that there was like issues eternally. I think it was maybe synergy goes a long way with anything.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely anything you do, especially in team things. Right? We have great synergy.
Okay.
Absolutely perfect synergy.
Be sending you my
Thank you. But if there's just not the synergy there's not much you can do on that. If this teammate has specific play style and you just can't fit in, it's like Huhi maybe took it upon himself to say like, you know what, I should have been able to learn and work with that teammate, but I couldn't. And that's why he feels bad about it. Maybe he does put it on himself, but it could also not have been his fault. It could have just been, hey, the team wasn't meant to be.
Right. Sometimes
but the org could have
things
still
aren't meant to
been great for them, you know?
Yeah, who knows? But I'd like to, you know, just drop a couple F's in chat right now for who he, right now, obviously because he's no longer with 100 Thieves, but also it's his birthday, yo.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Raven. Okay, listen, as is tradition, EVO organizer Mr. Wizard is keeping us updated with the registration rankings for EVO 2019. So far, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the most popular game, followed by Tekken 7 at number 2 and Street Fighter 5 in 3rd place. Rounding out the top 5 is Mortal Kombat 11, which hasn't even been released yet, and Under Night in Birth. So, first of all, does this surprise you?
Not particularly. I mean, like
Ultimate thing?
Yeah, no. I mean, like, here's the thing. We know very well right now that the Street Fighter community isn't the happiest with that game. So I think a lot of those numbers, obviously people register for multiple games.
It's still top 3.
It is top 3, but it's not number 1. I think maybe that's where people are like, is this surprising?
Oh.
I think Ultimate is up there because it's the most, I feel, accessible out of all of them. I mean, like, anybody can just jump in and be like, hey, I'm going to play Pikachu, or I'm going to, you know, be my favorite character.
Yo, I'm sorry, is that like low-key shade on Ultimate players because anybody could just pick it up?
No! What I'm saying is it's accessible because of the
down B, down B.
The familiarity. Just down smash all day with Peach.
Just down smash all day.
It's the familiarity with the characters. They can jump in, but a lot of people might. And Street Fighter is a little more daunting too. I mean, like, it is the core essence of competitive mentality and the FGC, right? So it's a little daunting to get into if you don't know the scene already. So it doesn't surprise me. I mean, like, if Melee was there, it would definitely be at the top. For sure.
But you know that that's not going to be the case anymore, which is so sad. I know, I feel it too, Brody Moore. But we need to give love, obviously, to the new games. I love that Tekken's up there. That makes me very happy.
Tekken's a great game.
Because it's a great game, and not enough people, I feel like, give it the respect it deserves. Like the players do and the scene does, but people from the outside looking in, like, I just don't hear a lot of people, you know, around esports talking about Tekken. It's just been like Dragon Ball Fighters, obviously, all last year. That was just nothing but Dragon Ball Fighters.
Which is actually lower than I thought it would be, in all honesty.
But do you feel like that's a thing? We get burnt out of these, like, buy, sell. We're so excited about this. This game came out, but Ultimate's up there, and now, like, maybe it'll dwindle down next year. Like, maybe it won't even make top 3 next year.
No, again, I really ultimately do think that the accessibility, the familiarity of the characters, how easy it is to jump in a game, especially being on the Switch. I think that's a huge bonus to the game, that it's just, you know, everyone's getting a Switch right now.
Okay, fair.
Cool. All right. Rounding out our stories is the most watched Twitch streamer in March. According to the Esports Observer, this might be a surprise to you, apart from Riot Games, Summit1G was the most popular channel on Twitch with nearly 11 million hours watched. His popularity rose ever so much since he started playing Grand Theft Auto 5 role-playing servers. You know, that's big. Crushing the likes of Ninja and Shroud on the rankings.
Wow.
It threw me off when I found that out too, because I'm like, especially this past month at least, I'm like, it's got to be Shroud with Apex and that, but no, it's Summit1G. I'm like, how is this man still relevant?
You don't even like Summit, like straight up.
Not at all.
Brody does not like Summit for a variety of reasons. But the fact that, listen, it's all obviously a testament to this role-playing version of Grand Theft Auto. It is so much fun to watch. Just with the clips that we've seen so far on this show, I so want to get into this. Like, this is something that appeases me completely because I love role-playing games, number one. And GTA, like, who doesn't love playing GTA?
Yeah, but is it going to bubble? Is Summit going to find himself just dipping back down again?
But Summit has one of those personalities where, like, you can actually watch him for a long time. Even if you don't like him, he is very entertaining.
I think, well, I mean, like, he was, remember, putting out his frustrations out there about, he's like not wanting to play Fortnite. He's like, how do I make it big? I hate this game and that. So it's like, you know, he finally found a thing that's working for him. But if all he's caring about is those numbers, is this bubble going to go and he's going to get mad again and drop to another game?
Yeah, of course. Honestly, Twitch breeds a lot to egos, okay? So sometimes the egos get too big for their britches and
so
they pop.
This office.
And they, okay, shut up. You're so stupid. I'm sure you're referring to yourself, though, or Lisa, or Camille. Just kidding. But no, I am concerned about where some of these streamers might go in their lives after the fact, because it's always a struggle to stay relevant, right? And that is a really hard grind.
Yeah, you do know the grind, don't you?
I know the grind. Like, I'm tired, okay? It hurts, it kills. Relevant. So to have all these people follow him and to be number one, it's going to hurt very badly when he falls. And I don't wish that upon anybody, by the way. Sounds like I'm having Schadenfreude over here.
Yeah, no, it's but here's the other thing too, is it's VODs. So that I think is the one thing that the role playing actually is good, because going back and watching VODs of like Shroud just murk people is no different than just watching him murk people live, right?
That's true.
So with the role playing though, there's stories you can jump back to. So the VODs actually will help boost it. So I guess it does make a little more sense.
Shout out to 1G.
Yeah, anyways, now it's time to see what the streamers are up to in Clip It. Our first clip comes from King Richard, who's feeling bad for himself.
Oh.
I put a lot of time into my stream chat, more than anything. I lose sleep, and I sacrifice a lot to try and provide. I sacrifice a lot to try and provide quality entertainment every day and positive vibes every day for y'all. Every day, I sacrifice.
So now, the controversy then is that he's been under fire right now for not paying a hired designer for their services. So the question is, should you feel sorry for him right now? You know, if he's under attack and he's not paying someone.
See, like this, I feel like all relates back to the whole ego thing on Twitch. Like he has followers, he bigs himself up. You start like, there becomes an incestuous thing with streams and streamers, okay? Because these people that are watching you, they're big fans of you, so they kind of sing your praises constantly, right? So when you're used to that and you're used to the ego boosting, and then for people outside of that to start pooping on you, so to speak, it kind of kills that ego, and it makes it all like internal, and he just feels sorry for himself, and he doesn't understand why people don't love him. Like it's a whole thing, I think, kind of gross. I hope there's some kind of therapy out there for people that are Twitch streamers and are full-time Twitch streamers, because they really need to kind of reconcile with the fact that it's not really all about the stream and the people you interact with in your stream. It's also about real life and being responsible for the things that you do in your life. If you're going to hire somebody, you better pay them.
Yeah, on the other side, sometimes we do know if something comes up, he might be receiving some messages from the internet, people that may go above and beyond what they should be as well. So there are two sides really to that, but at the same end of the day,
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, pay your... I thought we banned that, right?
Oh yeah, so by the way, if you didn't watch us yesterday, I feel like I want to put a ban on the phrase "at the end of the day" because everybody freaking says it. It's so annoying. We do it too.
At the end of the day, we're not going to stop saying it.
Hold us accountable. Damn it, Brody. Listen, let's lighten things up with Ms. Keefe, who noticed Banjo-Kazooie might have inspired a famous rapper.
Why did that sound like Hotline Bling? That can only mean one thing. That can only mean one thing. Ever since I met the city, you. What the f? Drake stole from Banjo-Kazooie!
That realization.
Drake? What the hell?
I mean, I'm not a fan of Drake anyway, so it doesn't surprise me.
I am. No shots fired at Drake. Listen.
I'm shooting fires at Drake.
No, he's good for the city of Toronto. That's enough. I'm
sure that he's a great person, but at the end of the day, his music is crap.
At the end of the day, where's the freaking counter? I didn't even notice you were saying it that time. God. Listen, that's kind of crazy. Makes me love the song more now, knowing that it's somehow related to Banjo-Kazooie. If it is, obviously this is all speculation, but it seems eerily similar.
What do you mean speculation? You just heard it.
Drake.
Are you deaf?
Oh my God.
Drake's the person that probably wrote the song for him.
No, listen.
From there.
Do this. These artists are artists for a reason. They work with producers that obviously help them make a song better, but they still write some of their own music. That's enough.
I'll take it. You know, if I'm wrong, but we're going to do the research and find out who the writers were for that song and see if it was all Drake.
Yeah, this is all talking, Brody, by the way, because like he researches anything. Anyway, it's time to move on.
That's all I do.
It's about that time where we tap into my Twitter feed and the things that amuse me. And nothing amuses me more than esports, pros, and personalities. I also appreciate those who put others on blast, so we too can do the same. Shout out to RLCS caster James Villar for letting us all know. In case you wonder how the 3-time Turbo Pulso warms up prior to matches starting.
To be fair. I feel like all of us do that. Okay, so to let you know, we always have a lobby for it to make sure the players can test the servers in the RLCS beforehand to make sure they're good and ping's great and that. And they always just kind of run around, and sometimes we like to join in with our observer PCs and just join the action. And I definitely had a moment where I chased down Garrett G, and we had a moment that I'll never forget.
I saw that because you replied to that tweet. Because anything Rocket League related, he's in there. He's in there replying.
Of course
he gets
I am. I love Rocket League. Anyways, next tweet. It's not Rocket League, but the next tweet is courtesy of Variety Phase gamer Pamaj, who quoted that clickbait article the Daily Mail had put out that was saying, young men aren't having sex because they'd rather play video games. Well, Pamaj comes in with gotta slay a couple dragons to get my queen. What do you mean? Please notice the reply. At the end of the day, my rank is more important.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, my rank is more important. Yo, real talk.
Okay, but do you feel?
We all, huh?
Did you feel that article when you saw it? Like when you saw it, honestly, what did you think? Because I wasn't offended in the least. Like obviously I'm not a man, so I guess it doesn't apply to me. But like I don't care.
Why would I be offended by anything the Daily Mail puts out?
It's true. It's just so clickbaity. Even the photo. God.
Like I'd almost rather read BuzzFeed.
Oh, more shots fired from Brody Moore. Yeah, I just think it's so silly. Like, who cares? If that's honestly true, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. Because you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say.
At the end of the day?
Listen, HPV is rampant. You better protect yourselves, children. Hey, you better protect yourselves.
This is good educational content.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, now for a final profound
Take yourself out of that one.
Shut up. It's less profound and more just the dumbest thing ever. Our very own Camille decided to run a Twitter poll. She says, I need help to settle an argument. Choose wisely, the best ginger ale. And then she has the audacity to put Schweppes up against Canada Dry. Obviously, this was no contest. I don't even know who the freaking 17%. Why would anybody even vote for Schweppes? Are you cray? Are you cray?
That's real. I mean, I should have known it was Camille coming up when you said the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, she's not here, so we can just talk trash. But I'm gonna have to like raise my pinky at you all right now and just say I'm on that Verner's train.
Okay, we're not sponsored by Verner's anyway, or Canada Dry.
I wish I was, but I will agree. In tier lists of ginger ale, I'm glad that this is what we're doing on the show now. Yeah. On the tier list of ginger ale, it is Schweppes, Canada Dry, Verner's.
Okay, straight up, no, Schweppes is like all the way down here. I mean, I told her to just bring in, let's do a blind taste test just to prove this once and for all. Yeah. Girl is cray. I don't know, she says she's ahead of her time, that people will catch up to her. Camille, I don't understand you, girl. I love you so much, but no.
Yeah, no, we'll,
no.
Okay, that's enough. We'll go trash her when she can actually fight back.
It's the oldest person drink ever, honestly, with ginger ale. And apparently in retirement homes, they have a deal with Schweppes. Like Schweppes is drink for retirement homes. So
they'll do whatever they can to get anybody drinking it.
Okay.
Ooh, shots. Anyways, it's time now for some crowd control. This is where we turn off our brains and just look at things. To start us off, I got to use this moment to get Corpse Dude's message out there to kids destroying their parents' credit cards.
Uh-oh.
When you realize wearing a nice skin doesn't make you better at a game.
Oh, rip a friggin' dip. Ain't that the truth, though?
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth? But the thing is, the kids don't care.
No.
The kids don't care.
It's true, but some people think it does.
Stop spending your parents' money. First of all, you don't understand the value of money.
No,
okay? You don't understand how hard it is to work for money. It doesn't just grow from trees. You don't just pick it out from your mommy's pocket. That's not how the SHIT works, okay? Children, honestly, be responsible. Your parents work hard for that. They also work very hard to clothe and feed you. Do not take money from them. I'm telling you right now, literally, spend your time, I don't know, working for it. Maybe vacuum, help mommy and daddy out, and maybe you get your skin.
At the same time, that Wraith skin is really nice.
Oh my God. You're, okay, you know what? Even you take what I say and you throw it all away.
Yeah,
From time to time, we like to show off sick artwork, but this time, Hero of Time 4209 used the Joy-Cons as his canvas.
Gorillas, that's sick.
Oh,
I love it. And those, keep in mind how small the Joy-Cons are. That's hard.
Yo, feeling bad I got sunshine.
Mine would just look like a Pollock painting if I even tried to do that. I can't even hold those controllers.
Pollock painting?
Oh yeah, he just threw paint at the canvas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm kind of, what would you put on, like, what are your Joy-Cons? What would you?
My Joy-Cons, because I'm a sucker for Animal Crossing, obviously. And I did get that Isabelle themed DS when it came out.
One is Isabelle and one is like Tom Nook?
You can change the faceplate. on them.
Oh, it actually came with faceplate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty litty.
It's so exciting for me. Yeah. So anything to do with the game that I'm obsessed with at the time. At the time, I love like custom Xboxes too, when they come out with their different whatever it is. They just get me excited. Although like, then you start a collection and it becomes kind of expensive.
That's true.
So maybe don't get into that.
Let us know in the chat and in the comments if you're watching on YouTube what you put on your Joy-Cons or any system of yours. But for our last post, I just got to say sorry, not sorry.
Uh-oh.
You all lose.
What?
And for the 50% of the people out there that don't get it, if you've never played the game, I'm about to ruin all of your lives right now. The game is only winnable by not thinking about the game. The second you think of the game, you've lost the game and you must tell everyone else around you.
What the frig are you talking about?
So now, when you hear the game, you're all gonna hate your lives, trust me.
What?
You'll get it one day, Marissa.
No, explain yourself. You can't just drop. No,
Culture yourself.
Brody Moore. Tell me what you mean. I don't get it.
I literally just explained it to you.
Do you mean
Marissa,
the game of life?
I guarantee you.
Do you mean the game of life?
No, the game.
The actual game?
The game.
Like a Bethesda game?
It's called The Game.
Oh, it's just called The Game.
You're playing the game. Everyone here is playing the game.
Are you serious? Is it like a Matrix
cannot not play the game.
Oh my God, you're the most irritating person
There are so many people in chat right now
in my life.
cursing at me. Trust me.
Yeah,
You'll see later.
No, trust me. Trust me. You're so annoying. Anyway, let us know who you think won the battle today. Idiot.
I'm not gonna get any choices from you.
He gets number 2. I get number 1. Obviously, make sure to hit us up on our Discord by typing socials. So ! socials. You can find us everywhere and hit a follow button because we love ya.
Here.
I'll walk you there.
Lowercase. Jab. Middle. Get in there. We got a counter hit, man. Should I block? No. I know, like, should I stop?
No, keep going.
Kick her high. Kick her hard. We got close to this side.
Yeah.
Okay, but in this matchup, was there an advantage to them, or were we just bad?
Well, you kept hitting buttons.
We truly mean it when we say we never know what's going to happen in the green room. All right, now I want you guys to hit us up on our socials at Squad State and let us know what you play next, because I want to hear from you. All right, just in a bit, we're going to have those guys, Drew Face and Brody, talk about the NorCal Regionals in eSports in 30. But first, let me get you caught up on the biggest news stories. Cloud9 has rounded out its CSGO roster with the addition of Cajun B. The Danish rifler joins the org just as it's preparing to compete in Blast Pro Series Miami next week. Cajun B last played for Optic Gaming, where he only managed to place second at a handful of tournaments before leaving. However, he's had a much more stable career than Cloud9 over the past year. Cloud9 has struggled to field a stable roster since 2018. Since the departure of Stewie K, the team has fielded 6 different lineups. Over the past month, Cloud9 has dropped Kiyoshima, Flusha, and Zelsis, and as a result, it looks like the team won't be able to retain its spot at the next CSGO Major. Here's hoping that Cajun B can provide some stability for Cloud9, at least for a little while. We're a day away from the start of Stage 2 of the Overwatch League, which means it's the last chance for teams to change up their rosters before games get underway. Atlanta Reign was one such team, as they acquired Baby Bay from San Francisco Shock on April 2nd. The Reign saw its star DPS player Defran retire last week, and were in need of a replacement to bolster its lineup. But it was Boston Uprising who made the most changes. First, the team signed Persia as a flex support player. Persia played for Talon Esports over in Contenders Pacific, where he helped the team place first in Season 2. In addition, Uprising swapped off-tank players with Dallas Fuel. Now, the Fuel will put the note, while Uprising will bring out RCK. With Stage 2 kicking off soon, expect signings to pick up again in May. After a big announcement last week at PAX East, Gearbox revealed when we can expect to play Borderlands 3. The good news, it launches on September 13th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. But it won't be coming to Steam. Instead, the popular loot shooter will be exclusive to the Epic Games Store for 6 months, with Borderlands 3 launching on other PC storefronts in April 2020. This is the latest game that Epic Games has nabbed for its growing storefront. While Steam has remained the king of PC games for over a decade, Epic has wooed developers with its generous royalty deals and features. Metro Exodus and The Division 2 are some of the biggest games on the Epic Games Store, which has polarized PC players who have come to grow accustomed to Steam.
I would do the same thing.
I know.
Oh, that's it.
And he even got the reverse tail spike. Axe takes the tournament.
Tokido with a humongous lead here. Punk, he's got to make it happen.
That's enough.
No. Look for the chip out.
Chip damage from Tokido.
That's going to be it. Your NorCal Regionals champion, the Demon.
Welcome everybody to eSports in 30. I'm Brody Moore, and this man right beside me is Drew Face. Whenever you see his face here, you know we talk in the FGC. Now, Drew, we're going to dive deep into what went on this weekend, but give me a quick recap first.
Oh man, we went to the West Coast. Shout out to Nipsey, baby. Rest in peace. We went to the West Coast. We talking about like not only Smash Bros, but Street Fighter 2. Shout out to NorCal Regionals. Man, we saw Return of a King, and we also saw somebody get past his demons. On top of that, we saw some stalling in British Columbia, baby. We talking real stalling. Like that.
A lot of stuff. We'll get on that later. There's so much action to talk about, but we're going to hone in on Street Fighter 5 from the NorCal Regionals. Let's get y'all caught up on the action with these highlights.
Leveled again. He's got V-Trigger on deck. The smash activate. What the heck? The whip cancel off the missed fireball Strider.
He had it planned the entire time.
Oh, it doesn't go for the V-Trigger follow-up.
This man has all the setups.
Look for fireball. Oh, he's
the champ, and he went into the V-Trigger. Oh my goodness.
He switches to old. He's got that better defensive wall now with the grams, but back to Young. Uppercut.
Oh, the uppercut.
Knock him down. What's the guess?
Demon.
He got him. Momochi with his hands on his head. He knew it. The whip Tatsu.
He has to be reversed to save himself from Dizzy. He got the counter.
That's going to be it. He's going to get the...
Yes,
and that's it. Smug is going to take his place in top 8. There will be 2 Americans.
Great blocks there from Smug. He did get the scan short off that.
Wow.
Mid-air.
How in the world did he snipe him? He's got a bar here after the end. Mixed up the back throw.
He waited just in case Fujimura wanted to uppercut.
Baits it this time for the Dizzy, and John's got meter to spend. EX, that's a perfect to answer back. Medium mixer, EX.
Could actually do it. Back throw could do it.
In the front.
That's a double perfect from John Takeuchi. 3-1 over Smug.
The double perfect. The way he looked at the camera like.
Don't ever expect another man's controller. Don't you ever.
You know, Tokido's been approaching from the air. He has to give him a chance to use those kind of buttons. Beats the throw.
Just in range. Yeah, just not quite enough yet.
Cross up goes low. Tokido's in grand finals just like that over Fudo.
No buttons press. He walked back and forth 3 times.
EX. Blow chain. That's the last bit of V-Trigger. He hit a button. He committed Punk with the combo. He's moving on to grand finals over Fudo.
Tokido making sure he feels the pain.
Oh, he can Demon actually. He's got the meter available. The Demon in the night.
He called it and the Demon comes out.
Already taking a drink. The Demon in the night, tying things up. Jump over the uppercut for Punk. What does Tokido have left? He's on defense.
The sweep. It was a crush counter.
The throw. He
resets. With the fist pump right afterwards.
Resetting the bracket here at NCR. Right, a couple of times. No more V-Trigger.
A little bit too far out to get the Tenko. Tokido didn't get to confirm it.
Tokido with a humongous lead here. Punk, he's got to make it happen.
That's enough.
The buffer, no. Look for the
damage from Tokido.
That's going to be it. Your NorCal Regionals champion, the Demon, does it. He takes out Punk. Bracket reset. All those matches later. Back-to-back NCR Grand Finalist Tokido is your NCR 2019 champion.
And now we've got a crowded couch because Blitzman was on his way by the studio and decided to stop in. Welcome, dude. What's up? What's up? Why am I not on that side of the couch?
I'm sorry.
This is bull. I
don't date outside my race.
I quit. All right. Anyways, we got to talk right now, Kos, about the epic NorCal event that went on. Right off the top, let's talk about Tokido Punk Grand Finals. Man, both those guys, again, have a bit of a slump, and now all of a sudden they're at the top. Yo, run me through that.
You know what? Tokido had a really rough 2018 near the end. I mean, he had an amazing beginning of 2018, but now that he's out of that slump, man, he's dominant, dude. What do you think?
I think he was always doing good. It's just that, can't guess or be lucky every tournament, right? Like,
is that what it's coming down to? Is just like, you can only be lucky so much, though. I mean, these guys are consistently up there.
Like, someone's got to make a stat of how many times commentators have said, and he's guessed wrong, and he's stunned, and that's the round. Like, that's just what I want to know statistically.
It happens a lot in this game.
Yeah, exactly,
Street Fighter
right?
5, man.
But I do know at final round, he did do one wrong combo against Cool Kids Abigail, and that's why he lost.
Yeah.
So for that, execution error. But
this is what I'm thinking though. Is like again, like now, like someone like Punk, who again had a bit of a slump, is now pushing up against one of the best of the best right now. Like there's got to be something that you can put that luck in your favor, even if there is a lot of that 50-50, right?
I think he's actually playing amazing. From what I saw, he played really well. Okay, and that's not luck either. Like he whiff punished amazingly.
His neutral was amazing, dude.
Yeah, his hit confirms were probably in the high 90% percentile. Like,
yo, homie, do you think his curse, his Evil 2017 curse, is over? Because he did reset the bracket against Tokido.
I think when he stopped playing other characters, he just like back up.
So his character choice was bad? Like, is there clear defined, like, you shouldn't be playing these guys?
I mean, because, like, Karen is what put him at the top, right?
Yeah.
And even though they nerfed her, I think from what happened was he just read these nerfs and read all these buffs for all the other characters. He's like, all right, well, might as well play something cheaper. But, like, it didn't fit his playstyle as well as Karen does, in my opinion.
And the thing is, near the end of 2018, he just stuck with Karen and became a god again.
Yeah, like, it doesn't matter about her nerfs. Like, you can nerf the character, but you can't nerf the player, right?
Yeah, so that's true. Yeah. So going forward, do you think like, is there anybody else but like Punk Tokido? That's a storyline, Blitzman, or like, do you think it's going to fluctuate again?
I mean, there will always be that rivalry between them just because of how Evo happened. I think he played way better. Like at Evo, he was really nervous in the way he played, and I think it showed.
Absolutely.
But in this, he was definitely more comfortable. And even though he didn't win, it was so close. Like he played really well.
Like not even just for like the players though, I guess for the fans, but for the players. Like, are you like looking out at these two, or should you just be like playing your own game right now? Like, are you like a lot of times people when they prep, they want to look at other like people they might have to face in bracket. Is that what you're having to do right now, or because of kind of just the volatility of it? Are you just playing your game, or are you looking at Tokido and Punk now and being like, all right, these are the guys I got to beat?
I mean,
Punk's been doing good, man. He's been like not top 2 every tournament. He's won the last 2, I think. Or no, one last one, final round.
Who won final? Punk?
Yeah, Punk did.
Okay, then.
He smacked him up, free.
I thought what did Momochi win? I thought Momochi won something. Like...
It's so confusing. Who's winning what?
There's so many players now.
He won Evil Japan.
Okay, yeah. There's so many players now that are really good, and like, as you say, the game is so volatile. There's so many players to watch. Like, you can't just look at 2 players and be like, these are the 2 I have to beat, right?
Yeah. I want to move a different set. Seiko Momochi, since you just mentioned Momochi, I know you were hyped on this. Can you just run me through what we saw?
So Sako, what he did, he picked low tier. He picked Kage, and all of a sudden he beat Momochi Zeku with it.
Yeah.
And everyone thought the character switch was terrible because Mana was doing pretty good, but then all of a sudden he picked Kage, demons the guy, and then takes the victory. Makes it to top 8, dude. That's just the way it works sometimes. What do you think, man?
Probably character unfamiliarity.
Sometimes you don't know the matchup, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about low tier. I think any character can really win in Street Fighter 5.
Prove it.
How about your boy Abigail?
He can still win. He is, like, even though he sucks now, like, the V trigger is still unga bunga. You just activate and one wrong guess, the guy dies, right?
That is true.
So you just think that unfamiliar? You agree with that? Unfamiliarity?
I don't know.
I also think he's been playing him the most.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. Like he hasn't been playing Mana. I think when he streams, he's playing Kage. So he's probably like, okay, whatever. I might as well go to what I've been playing, right?
Yeah, I think it's more so he's more familiar now with Kage than he is with Mana, and Mana's got a bunch of changes this season. On top of that, he literally told Momochi he mind mended him. Or mind blasted him. And the way he did it was he told Momochi, he was like, I'm not gonna play Kage against you.
Yeah.
And Momochi's like, are you sure? Are you sure you're not gonna play Kage? Because I read this in the interview yesterday actually. And he's like, I was surprised he picked Kage, and then I'm surprised he beat me with Kage.
So what tools does Kage have that like you should be abusing if you're using the character?
Nothing. He sucks.
You think he sucks that bad? I think isn't his teleport cross up?
It's -9, so it's like unsafe.
Block?
Yeah, it's super unsafe.
Oh, wow.
So people aren't even blocking correctly.
Okay, yeah.
It's just that it's also.
But it's hard to block.
It is very hard to block, but it's also +9 when it does hit, or plus a million. I'm gonna say plus a million.
Plus a million.
At least.
He's still got he's not cheap and he's not unga bunga, but if he gets the right hits, he stuns you really fast.
He does. He did mad damage.
Yeah, there you
go. All right,
go.
so verdict is out, we're undecided. I want to talk about Smug though, my boy Smug, man. I've always loved this guy, but yeah, he's doing all right. He showed up, he took out those Oilkin, Bonchan, Fujimura, like he was popping up.
Oh, his matches were actually really good.
Yeah.
I love G. G is a great character. That character is so cheap. He's so cheap.
So he was Smug. You talking crap on Smug now? It's just his character?
No, Smug's great. Smug is actually, in my opinion, for the US, actually East Coast for sure, he's probably the best offensive player I've ever played or seen. Like he reads a person really quickly, and pair him with G, like that character corner carries you in one touch, any touch, and then you have to guess on block in 150-50, and if you guess wrong again, you're dead. So.
Yeah, well, and then they got double perfected by John Takeuchi.
Because he postulated all the possibilities of that perfect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. John Takeuchi, dude. He's a smart guy.
That's
apparently, according to Smug.
No, it's Rashid. I actually saw those rounds. And I remember exactly how it happened. He got crush countered in the beginning of round 1.
Yeah, that was great.
Which led him to the corner, and then he guessed wrong on the first wake up. On the first wake up, and he died. He got stunned and he died. Second round, he did a dashing straight, and he got John did a random jump in,
and it worked.
And it hit him, which led him to the corner, and then he guessed wrong defensively, and then he got stunned and died. So it happened twice. Like,
I want to talk to you because it wasn't just juice. He was Balrog. He threw some Balrog in there as well.
Oh, his Balrog was really good.
Yeah, his Balrog was amazing.
Carried him against Fujimura.
Yeah, it beat Fujimura.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Japan thinks G is low tier.
What?
Yeah, Japan. What do you think of that?
That's crazy. They think, why?
They thought Warrior was low tier in season 2 too.
G is amazing. I don't know why they think he's low tier. That character is nuts.
I mean, there's got to be some good. I mean, like now America's getting a lot better too. Like, so they got to start taking America's picks better too. I mean, like we just saw 2 in top 8 between Punk and Smug. Now it's like, is it just like Japan's heart set in their ways, so they're losing out on maybe some other characters they should be playing?
I think they play weird. Japan, well, not play weird, but Japan's always
play differently.
Maybe North America plays
differently.
Weird. Yeah, they play really defensively.
I actually think this is the first year that Japan's doing better. Or second year that Japan's doing better. Because the first 2 years of the season, I think America was way better. Way better.
Yeah.
The game is like historically, don't you feel that America does better at those like hectic games that are really fast paced and really like aggression?
America has always been the best at offensive games.
Like Marvel.
Do we just have a big aggro meta right now? Like,
we've always had.
It's always been like that for Street Fighter V. It's like super aggro. There's not really much defensive mechanics in the game, right? So like they're really like America's always been good at those like 50-50 situations, more so than Japanese. And then like Japanese players try to play like a slower,
methodical game.
Slower game. So I think now they're getting used to like all the random, fast-paced aggression. Like Tokido plays so good just by like changing up his options constantly.
So he jumps so much.
Aggressive.
I've never seen him jump.
I've never seen him jump this much in any tournament ever. Yeah, it was crazy. So that was interesting to watch.
All right, I want to move forward and get some predictions right now, and just some pre-thoughts here, because we're going to talk about the Brussels Challenge Major. We haven't seen much of EU yet. What are some of the bigger international EU talents that we should be looking out for?
My favorite is Big Bird.
Big Bird?
Big Bird. Big Bird.
Yeah, he's Middle Eastern.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's definitely gonna win. Like he always goes to the European.
Yeah,
tournaments.
like I feel like he's like always with the EU guys. So I just like he's probably my favorite EU player that's like really active in Fighter 5. His Rashid is really good. Yeah, he's one of the best Ken players, but Ken, no one wants to play Ken anymore.
That is true.
His Zeku's really good. Yeah,
one of the best.
I'd probably pick him to do really well.
Do really well. Win? Like he's got some opposition, like Problem X, Bonchan, Chex.
Yeah, like no, he's won big. He won.
He won the last European major. Yeah, the last one actually. That's how he qualified. Remember? That was crazy. I don't know how he did. He did it with Zeku too.
Shax is good. Bonchan's been playing crazy.
What's going on with Problem X then? I mean, like
no, he's always a good height.
He's
always a pick too.
He's gonna be my pick.
Oh, he's your pick.
No, he's always a problem. He's not Problem X. He's Problem anytime.
I never like picking like the super favored. Yeah. Like I always just like to pick who.
Oh, so you're going for like cool.
He's an FGC hipster, bro. He's not the underdog in any chance.
He's an FGC hipster.
He plays so sick. Like I don't know. Like sometimes when I watch him, I'm like this.
How does he play like that?
He plays so sick, and he's always been good in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, you're amazing.
So, all right, so if you had to predict right now, even reality, not even just cool storylines, reality, who do you think is going to be taking the Brussels?
Yeah, I still think Big Bird. I still think he can take it, yeah.
Me is Problem X, aka Problem anytime.
You're going
He's always a problem. Anytime, all the time.
Rashid is right now. Like, that's why I'm picking Big Bird.
That is true.
All right, sick. Well, hey, you get back on your road. It was great that you were passing by and just dropped in for us. But Blitzman, thanks for joining in. Talk Street Fighter 5, my dude. Cool. Now let's put Street Fighter in the rearview mirror for a second. There were so many other tournaments that were happening over the past weekend, so let's take you for a quick little recap.
You gotta feel the tension is at 25 right now. Oh my God! Brian Hakai! A miracle air takes out the final summoning champ, puts him in the loser's bracket. Oh man, that was an opportunity, but he's just not ready for it. That's okay though, but not for Yamcha. This might be it.
Yeah, so he just spent the level 3, so he's not gonna build too much bar. He's gonna spend that one on Hellzone, follow it up.
Look at that. What?
Oh, trying to reflect. Doesn't actually get the command grab. He tried it on the ground as well. And then there it is, the 5L for Goichi, taking home NCR 2019 back-to-back NCR champion for Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I don't know, man. Once we hit that, oh yeah, it's sticky. Thinks this guy about to get sticky. See ya. Oh, what happened? Did he gave up? Did he concede?
Yeah, it looks like he gave up. He's already gone.
Forward air? Oh no! Oh, that was accidental if I've ever seen an accident myself. Regardless, Grand Finals champion goes to Panda Global's very own E-Sam.
We could have all prevented this if we had just freed Foe. Oscar.
We should have freed Foe. We should have listened.
Oh, he's done. He's done.
Probably no fist bump, I'm guessing.
Yeah. He's so done.
Forward throws. That's all he needs is forward throws.
Oh, forward smash!
Insane.
And that's gonna be it.
My God, Cope.
Axe just trying to juggle him. Barely spaced that dash dance. And are we looking for an up B? Yeah, no, he doesn't. He needed the up B there. Like, oh! He's up 3 stocks. I would do the same thing. I know.
That's it. And he even got the reverse tail spike. Axe takes the tournament.
All right, Drew, we're going to kick things off with the Battle of BC right now. Axe followed up a second place finish at Genesis with a win here. Now, he said on stream after his win that he's ready to beat the gods. You agree with that?
Oh, hell no. Hell
okay.
No. Pikachu sucks.
Ooh,
that's why. Pikachu's
shout out to all Pikachus.
Yeah, no. I feel like while he is rapidly improving, man, would it even matter? The gods are half of them are retired, and one of them is literally stalling it out because Pups could be banned.
Yeah, Puff will not be banned. We'll talk about that in a second, but I want to keep on we've talked a lot about Zayn. Zayn's looking solid too, and a lot of people think Zayn can start taking on the gods, and if Axe beats Zayn, therefore math.
Oh man,
you should be able to, right?
By transitive math properties, you're right about that, 100%. I feel like Zayn, I thought he could do it. Axe kind of showed some clinks in the armor.
Yeah.
But do I think Axe can take on the gods? I would love to see that. But if he didn't do it then, what's the difference now?
Well, I think hopefully, I mean, like he's got the motivation behind him right now. I mean, we hear a lot too about how he's feeling like kind of a pressure of like people going against him because he's always winning in his region, right? You know, I feel like that almost motivates people to like do even better when people start cheering against you.
I mean, look, you could be the king of your backyard, but I didn't see him beat any of the gods last year.
That's true. That's
fair.
fair.
So, I mean, Axe just proved me wrong.
Hey, we'll see. Again, those guys, a lot of melee coming up in the future, right? So I'm over Axe. Axe is a great guy anyways. But
awesome.
We have to talk about that thing that you mentioned there. There was a horrendous Jigglypuff versus Icy's Climber set. For those who didn't catch it, why was this so infuriating to watch? Just kind of recap what happened.
It wasn't infuriating. It was not infuriating at all.
That's all it was.
That's all it was. You know what? These kids these days, they don't know how to wait. Like, you don't know how to be patient. Everything's instant gratification.
Yeah.
And you know what that dude did? That dude did whatever he could to win. And boy, did he win.
Yeah, it's just so weird. I mean, like to end up stalling like that just because you're mad of your opponent's play style. You know, like to me, it's so silly. Yeah, so it just, again, Fohebro just didn't like that Puff is Puff. Deal with it.
Dude, that's just part of the game. I mean, look, we've seen Puff lose before to characters like Fox. Unfortunately, he picked Ice Climbers, which is a terrible matchup. And
because he wanted the wobbling.
So
that's not allowed.
Here's my hot take, though. If they allowed wobbling, he would have had a way better chance to beat Chondo.
So do you think this is a case of an actual issue now with Puff having just a very, very defensive playstyle, or do you think it's an issue with other players not having the patience to learn and deal with that meta?
I do think that if you're a top player at the game, you have to be good enough to get past the stalling. And if you can't get past the stalling, that's more testament to your opponent's skill as a player than really the gameplay.
Yeah.
Right? You can't blame the game. You can't blame the player when the game allows you to do that.
Yeah, well, I think it's such a weird, I've talked about this before, it's such a weird mentality that, you know, these guys love that the game doesn't get patched, right? They love that new metas develop, but then they get mad when a new meta develops that they just don't like. It's like you can't have the best of both worlds, right?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
But I like Melee.
Of course you love Melee. You're a dirty Puff, man. You stall all day, baby.
Jesus.
You stall all day, baby.
So the biggest issue here, I think, too, is that we also had commentators booing. Yeah. And to me, I'm like, is that like a no-go for commentators? Or do you think like they should stand behind the fans, too, and go with them?
I think that was sort of, like, it's always easy to get caught up. You know, it's always easy to get caught up in the moment. And I think the commentators got caught up in the moment. I feel like if they realized that, hey, we're commentating the game and stalling is part of the game, then they shouldn't have reacted that way. Because at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're encouraging a vocal minority to even be more loud, to you validate their opinions.
We get the wrong crowd mentality going forward. Now, I guess at the end of the day, is this hurting Melee? Like, do you think, I've seen a lot of problems coming up in that Melee community, and with the fact that they're not even at EVO as well, do you think this is kind of that fall apart? Like, do you think it's slowly imploding, that scene right now?
Because of the way they reacted, I feel like it could, but at the same time, I think you have to understand, making your game watchable by having fast-paced action just nullifies and just makes it, and desensitizes the fast-paced action that Melee is known for. Yeah. When you have like when you have brief glimpse of like stalling, and when you have brief glimpse of great defensive play, that's another testament to the skill of the players.
And how deep the meta can be in Melee.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just one play style.
Yeah, it's not one play style. You get something as shallow as maybe like Street Fighter V, which is a common complaint. However, people have to understand, when you want something to invest in, when you want something easy to watch, you have to have a good narrative. And having an enemy like Puff players, that's a great narrative. And that's what people really want to invest themselves in when they watch. They do care about the action, but they care about the meaning behind the action. And when you have something that's you emotionally invest in, like philosophies and play style, that's creating a great narrative, and that creates more spectators. So I feel like a lot of people have to really approach this in a different way.
You make a great case for why Puff should never be banned. I like you. I don't know if you meant for that to backfire, but it did. Anyways, let's bounce back to NCR, as there was also a Dragon Ball FighterZ event, but for some reason, it was pre-patch tournament. What's going on with that?
You know what? I am a TO, an event runner or tournament organizer myself, and I feel like, you know what? I don't have 100 PS4s on deck.
You don't?
I hand that off. No, I'm not bothered, dude. So what I do is I rent them out. Right? And unfortunately, when you rent out consoles, and I feel like this is one of the cases, when you rent out consoles, you don't have the ability to patch the consoles. That's more money. That's more extra fees. And on top of that, it's more of a hassle for the person you're renting from. And they probably don't understand or don't care. They just care that you rent the console. You pay for it. Right? So in a way, I feel like that's what they got hit with.
Okay.
At least from my point of view. Now, does it suck for the player? Absolutely, it sucks for the player.
They're going to revert everything they've learned in practice.
Yeah, and the worst part is the patch was out for almost 2 weeks. It was a week and a half. So these guys are doing combos, and they're missing all their combos because their combos completely got patched.
So
different routes were happening.
Let's talk about the results then. So like Goichi beat Kazunoko in the grand finals. Is Goichi at top again, or is this just a result of the patch and maybe he just reverted better?
We're going to put an asterisk on his win. Right? We're going to put an asterisk on that win. And it's not, he still had to beat Kazunoko.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
Kazunoko was the best player before this patch happened. So he did something amazing.
I mean, maybe it's a testament. Like, he was able to revert faster. Maybe he's just better able to adapt. I don't know. Maybe we should just start running all the tournaments with different patches and see who can adapt quicker.
Oh, hell no.
That's why I'm not running Dragon Ball tournaments.
We got to have a consistent tournament experience, man. Honestly, he still did something amazing.
Yeah.
He beat Kazunoko, the Dragon Ball World Tour finalist and champion. Honestly, it's unfortunate that that's how the event had to go, but I think if people stood that, hey, John Choi or the organizer of NorCal Regionals, they don't have the ability to own and house and have and store 1,000 or 100 consoles, or like even like 40, then these are the things that you run into sometimes. Find another person to rent from.
One last guy though, maybe there's a new storyline coming up. Brian Hakai, I guess, he threw him down into the lowers. How do you take out Kazunoko? Like, is this just like, again, a surprise of the patch, or is this a guy we're watching out for now?
I think this is a new up-and-coming player. He's always been an online warrior.
I like new stories.
He's always been an online warrior. He's always been in the depths and in the caves of the net play. But he's shown that, hey, he can duke it out, and he had a really strong showing. And the worst part is, when he played Apology Man, he dropped off his combos because he was doing the post-patch combos. And that's the silliest part about that.
That's the worst.
Maybe he could have gone third. Maybe he could have taken out another name like Apology Man.
All right, so that's a name. Keep an eye on this guy, Brian Hakai. But one last thing, of course, Drew, we got to take care of. Out of all the tournaments, and there's a lot this weekend, you need to decide now on your player of the week.
It's that dirty puck player. No, it's Tokido, baby. My boy is back. My boy is back. He got another victory under his belt. He had a really, really silly and slow slump.
A little bit of a slump there. What do you see it? Like, is this a good rise back? Was it just, did he need that little bit of a slump just to pull himself, give himself that motivation? He's going to stay on top for a while now? Or is this going to be like a roller coaster?
It's going to be, actually, the person he played with is Punk. And Punk managed to reset the bracket and show that he's over the Evo 2017 loss.
Yeah, Punk was in a bit of a slump as well.
Yeah, he was. And then they both picked it up. And I think it's going to be a much more exciting Capcom Pro Tour season because those two are going to go back to back. Maybe we're going to see them more in grand finals, and that's going to be a narrative that may play out. And
is this like the rivalry now to look forward to 2019?
Absolutely, I think it is.
All right, perfect. I like it. Anyways, that's it for Esports in 30 today. Thanks to Blitzman, of course, for chilling with us earlier, and to all you guys for hanging out. Tomorrow is Rocket League Day, so make sure you come back to that at p.m. Eastern. Until then, hit us up on all the socials at Squad State, and we'll see you later.
Big ups to those guys for getting us caught up on everything that's been happening in the FGC. And of course, shout outs to Red Bull as well for fueling our green room. Now that's it for tonight, but we're gonna be back tomorrow. Remember, you can check out our green room gameplay every day, Monday to Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll be back tomorrow night with new Unmuted, another Rank It, and of course, Esports in 30, because here we're talking about Rocket League. All right, so we'll see you here tomorrow. Be sure to hit us up on our socials. We'll see you then.